All right, I can hear you. There we go.
Yep.
All right, I wasn't getting the bars. Okay.
Audio's already live there, buddy. Way to go. This way everybody's hearing the behind-the-scenes video. Welcome to Montgomery Freshman Boys Basketball on the MIRE. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue with you live here from the Cougar Den. As Immaculata is visiting, and we are nearly ready for tip-off. But first, let's bring you the starting lineups first for the visiting Spartans of Immaculata. Luke, Bryson, Jaron, Cole, John Fata, Vincent Plocic, and Chigozie Anyora, I should say. Easy for me to say. I'm going to struggle with that one all day long. Those are the starters for Immaculata and for Montgomery. Michelangelo Aguilar, Pritam Chintakunta, and Stephen Donahue, Pranav Jangamoretti, and Bilal Mughal will start for particular. Everybody at home who really just wants to understand how out of tune Pogue is with the rest of the real world. We now understand he doesn't understand what Mystery Science Theater 3000 is. The other thing, he's never seen Days of Thunder.
No, I have not.
And you love cars and you love car movies, and you've never seen Days of Thunder.
I could probably quote you 90% of Ford vs. Ferrari.
Of the MIRE.
It'd be so easy.
It's more, wow, and bank is clearly open on the first possession. It's more of like the behind-the-scenes failings of the MIRE. That's probably more of what everybody wants.
What was that about failure leading to success eventually?
I don't know. It's only taken us 11 years.
Well, me
No,
less than you.
It's like 10 years now, I think, actually. That's the little shooter's roll there from the Cougs. Some full court pressure. Yeah, dude, I was reading back through my own bio of like what this thing that we call the MIRE actually is. And we've been doing this a long time. I've been failing at this for years, years on years.
There is a very, very large archive of stuff you've been doing. I mean, most of it good. Most of it.
Oh, it was good effort-wise. I don't really know about results-wise.
That's what I meant. I mean, the effort was excellent.
It was funny. I sent back. We have a fairly large group chat amongst some coaches who used to coach here on the basketball program and now coach in other places in the county, and just some other basketball folks that we like. And Darren Wallace is one of them, former player. And I had highlights from the Old Bridge football game from the Group 5. First year it was Group 5. We played like this game that if we had the MIRE as we know it now, then for that game, like it would have been an instant classic. Like it's just one of those things that, we talk about getting an intern and like syncing up the audio and the video. The audio is so bad. It's so bad.
And yet people hang on to the every word.
But all we were doing was audio back then, and we couldn't even get that right. It was so horrendous, but the game was like, I don't even know what the final score was, like 45-41 or something. It was something bananas awesome. And, I don't know. Do you think that, by the way, just now as I got distracted by my own watching of that piece of video there, do you think that because it was the freshman game, like that official just isn't used to a Euro step, and that's why he called that a travel? Or do you think that really was a travel?
Probably gonna go column A on that one because it looked pretty good.
Right. I mean, like in the varsity game, I don't think that's a travel, right?
No, maybe it looked weird because you shouldn't have gotten from the free throw line to there in the way you did it. So I'm gonna call it travel.
Yeah, that was.
There's another one.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, there it is. We're gonna make it official out of you yet, Pogue.
Oh, jeez.
Just not that kind, putting together. So when you don't really know what to do.
It's great to see people on JV and getting up to varsity, but the pressure is different. And when they're here and they're comfortable, you can actually see some of the skills you might not see.
I'm interested, and I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing necessarily, but like in the NBA bubble last year, a lot was made of the Heat and them being kind of like such a young team and an inexperienced team,
right?
And yet like they all performed crazy super well, and how much of that was because it was the bubble and there wasn't crowds and stuff?
Oh, I think it's huge. It's the moment never overtakes someone when you make that big three in the playoffs and there's no roar of an opposing crowd. It's not easier. It's still difficult. The defense is there, but you feel a lot better about that shot.
Because, like, the playoffs are typically time where the veterans step up, and, like, that just wasn't the case for the NBA playoffs last year. Like Tyler Hero and these guys, that were just like, nah, I'm going to bang down threes now,
Yeah, he's a great player. I don't like him. He's a real problem for the Sixers most times, and I'm starting to really not like him.
But they stink this year.
Yeah, but still, he'll score like 30, and you're like, oh. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, he was a good pick, clearly. But
oh, yeah.
So to bring this back to Montgomery basketball, you were talking about their environment. I mean, if there is a less pressure environment than this gym on the, you know what I mean?
Oh, like, yeah. It's just you, your coaches, your teammates.
That's it.
Yeah, you feel good about it.
Right. So, I don't know if are we getting an accurate look at how guys are going to, perform as their careers move on here? Like,
that's especially when you think of just their peers that they're going to see in school. Like, you don't want to be the guy that, I tried that Euro step, and everybody that was in the student section that night saw me trip over my own feet. So, like, are you going to do that move? Are you thinking about those things?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're going to find out, right? I mean, now the other thing as it related to that, I've thought this for a couple of weeks now, but I don't really have an audience that listens to me or cares, at least to talk about pro football. So we talked about that over quarantine with the NBA all the time in the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
And then we saw, like, this year in the NFL, like, these rookie quarterbacks play outside their mind, right? Justin Herbert, for sure. And Joe Burrow, before he got hurt, was also awesome. Tua was acceptable, for stretches. He probably a little less of the wow factor than the other two for sure, but I mean, more than competent. I think he was like 9 touchdowns and 2 picks or something like that. Like, they didn't have to deal with the crowds at all. Are we going to see a regression from those guys?
I don't know that it has as much effect when you're in a football stadium. I understand the volume level is much higher, but you have to think about the things that affects, and it's, false starts happening because you can't hear something, or you can't make the right audible because you can't communicate to the receiver. Like those.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that seems like a pretty big thing to me.
But at the same time, though, you've got hand signals. You're already expecting that, so you would be practicing to deal with that anyway.
I suppose.
So I think it's so much closer to you in basketball. I think it has a bigger effect because of that. You're physically closer normally when the fans are, 10 feet behind you and you're shooting that shot. You're going to hear some things that they say. You're 40, 50 yards away from any fans when you're on a football field.
Yeah, although there's 75,000 of them, or when you're in Texas, there's 100,000 of them.
Oh, yeah, don't put me on the field and say do something on the pressure. I'm not going to handle it. No, but I understand what you're saying, and I think that this year was good for them because they got a good practice run, and then they're going to go into next year and be able to ignore those things more than they would have anyway because they know what they're doing. There is no more rookie jitters. I know the system. I know what I'm doing. I'm confident.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Clearly you had a point. I don't think I led you there.
No, I listen, I don't need you to agree with me on everything. There was a question that I threw out more than an opinion. I just don't really know. And I don't know enough about football to, I never played the game, so I don't really know to speak from it, you know?
I never played it well, so I don't really have anything either.
Well, you still got more of a foundation with it than I do.
Yeah, I mean, I understood the X's and O's more. Honestly, coaching would have been the way I went if I tried to pursue anything with that, just because the physical gifts were not there with that sport. But I understood how much studying goes into that, and then seeing those quarterbacks step in and do it as a rookie, that's amazing. There is so much expected of you day one. You're handed a playbook, and you're expected to, all right, here's the 70 plays, but on top of that, here's every audible, here's every set. If we have this defense, we need to change. It's ridiculous. So intelligent to handle that.
It also helps when you're like 6'6" and have a cannon.
Oh, yeah, that part too. Yeah.
The old Justin Herbert arm canoon.
It's a little easier to make that 50-yard pass when you kind of barely step into it and just launch it.
It's funny you said you understood the X's and O's and you probably would have been more of a coach. Brennan is playing lacrosse, like actually going to get to play lacrosse this year for the first time because Jersey City is allowing Bayonne kids to play youth lacrosse there this year, which is great because the extent that kid's never played in a game, he's only ever played with me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You don't
So,
want to just walk into that. Yeah.
right, going into high school next year to, he's got a semblance of an idea because I'm making him watch and do and all that other stuff. But I mean, all it is a semblance of maybe an understanding. And the other day he started asking, it's just go play.
Yeah, that's good.
So I probably needed a little bit of that advantage, but I don't think he does. So I'm like, just don't think. Think less and play more.
I mean, sports are physical first and foremost. Yes, you need a mind for everything, but sports are physical. You don't want to doubt your physical abilities because you're thinking about, well, if I do this, I can exploit this rule. Like, no, that's not what it's about.
Some nice physical abilities there for Montgomery. Bilal Mughal has a and one off the window.
It's been a real fast pace. They've been up and down a whole lot.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I hate that I'm looking into this viewfinder and I can't see like the score and the time at all times.
It's amazing. We're both in the gym and we're both watching the game on screens.
It's so bad. Oy, oy, oy. Well, I guess better than the Fathead fans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a pretty great spot over there, though. Man, there are so many. How did you submit those? Did we get one of those?
We could have.
Oh.
We would have had to pay $50 though.
No.
I could barely afford a turkey sandwich.
I need a cash advance. I was going to talk to you about that later.
Yeah. Keep waiting.
The offense has been extremely settled, too. They've been willing to, I mean, I understand the pace is fast, but they've been willing to slow things down and set up an offense. Pretty disciplined for freshmen.
Yeah, no doubt. Immaculata is also pretty talented for a freshman team from what I can gather here. I mean, certainly organizationally.
Yeah. But Montgomery went on a nice little run there. They needed some points going to the second quarter and going, oh, you know what, we're in this. We got this.
All this snow, putting a little cramp in my style. I was driving past PDS, and like, I don't know if somebody didn't plow the whole right side of the road, like, in some way, and I'm like, the road is kind of a little more narrow anyway as you're coming up, and then like there was just like a snow pile like jutting out into the road, and I was like, whoa, the hell did that come from?
Yeah, I've noticed oncoming traffic is just completely unconcerned with that. They're like, no, my lane's good, so I'm going to go as fast as I need to be. And I'm like, well, how about we slow down and inch over a little bit?
Yeah. You know what else I love? I love when there's like a peanut gallery watching at home. Just very critical. Very critical that, so well, why don't you just get students involved? Oh, well, maybe it's because they're all at track practice. And they'll be here shortly.
This feels too real. This scenario feels so real.
Doesn't it?
It feels real.
Like so real.
Like somebody's actually saying that to you in your ear while you're trying to do it.
It's all the people that, are always just so positive and so supportive. Though in the past, they all have offered tremendous game insight when they were color analysts. Like otherworldly gems. Like it's easier to knock down wide open layups than to work hard.
That's the most true thing.
It is.
I've ever
very,
heard.
very true.
How can you argue with a line like that?
It's very true. I wonder if every time that gets mentioned, Brian Solomon just like somewhere, like there's like a Google alert that goes off.
He feels it. They're still talking about me.
I know. It's fantastic.
Man, it's been years you've been using that line against him for a long time.
Yeah.
When's that going to kind of fade out, does it?
No. Never fade out. What's wrong with you? Fade out.
Oh, man.
Of course, we're talking about former Montgomery assistant coach James Avalone, who, in his ever lovingly hypercritical way of most everything I do.
How else do you get better? Huh? How else? You need Avalone telling you what you're not doing well. That's what you need.
Well, pretty much his commentary on my life.
Want it or not, he's going to tell you.
Oh.
I like it. I like watching it. If he does it to me, it'd be rough because he's probably got a lot to say.
Won that $250 million, did you? Couldn't get a half a bill out of it? Yeah,
you
great.
didn't. You took the tax deferred. What is
wrong
with you?
you? Jeez. Nice little comeback here from the Cougs to tie things up in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've been quietly chipping away.
Quietly is the operative word here, because it's quiet.
I meant that literally and figuratively.
It just ain't the same, as they say.
No. I mean, it's nice for this because you at least have some of the JV players here already that kind of are waiting around. They're watching.
Want to invite everybody to make sure that you, for them, the MIRE, it's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. No, I mean, there is a subscription there. Welcome back to Montgomery. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue with you. Montgomery freshman basketball on the MIRE. Second quarter, as Immaculata has gone to the bank twice in the first 8 minutes for a pair of three-pointers.
You don't see that every day.
No, certainly not. Despite my lack of a subscriber email, I can confirm we are live.
That's good.
If the technologically challenged like James Avalone can figure out how to get on.
Hey, listen, you be nice to our viewer.
The one?
Hopefully one of many, but possibly the one.
The one singular viewer. And Bilal Mughal again for 3 ties us up here at 17. The behind-the-scenes work at the MIRE today was just extensive for everybody out there listening. We thought we might have solved a lot of problems. We solved at least one.
We solved one and almost solved another. That's the best day we've had in a while.
That's true. Ain't the truth. Totally the truth. Montgomery looking a little bit more springy in the legs to start the second quarter than Immaculata.
Yeah, they've been much more willing to shoot the 3 this quarter too. And, I mean, they've had the shot, but I think that right now they're seeing that it's okay to shoot that if you're open. I mean, that's kind of the point.
The ball movement from Immaculata certainly not as crisp as it was in the first quarter.
I'm gonna give Coach Upshaw some credit on that.
A little motivation.
Oh yeah, that and the defensive matchups. They've been rotating very well.
There's a lot of stuff going on here I don't really understand. But that's okay.
Like the world in general?
Well, I mean, that too.
Oh, okay, like basketball.
Yeah, but mostly basketball.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, I've had some questions I'd be curious about.
Whatever. I try not to overthink it. Because the reality is I don't mostly have any idea what's going on all the time anyway.
I'm possibly wrong about 70 to 80% of things, but if you're confident,
I was going to say that. You say it real confident, you're
fine.
all right.
Yeah, you're good. I mean,
we get through it.
I've never flipped through the rule book for basketball, but I have a general idea.
dribble the ball once in my life, you know?
Yeah, it comes back to you. You dribble it, it comes right back up.
Some better than others. Certainly. Montgomery varsity schedule certainly getting flip-flopped around like crazy in the last couple of days.
Yeah, it keeps it exciting for us, and we're gonna play eventually. That's really all I care about.
You know what? Speaking of that, I should probably update the broadcast schedule on the broadcast page. I'm gonna do that at the next commercial.
It's a good call.
Yeah,
Just
remind me about that.
Put in subject to change.
So this
somewhere.
way, Tuesday at Ridge Day.
Right.
Then you're going to have tomorrow at Trenton Catholic, which was going to be fun.
Yeah.
'Cause Trenton Catholic, great school. Closing in June, I might add.
Actually?
Yeah, actually.
Oh.
Forever, yeah. Archdiocese of Trenton's closing down Trenton Catholic.
Oh.
Then Trenton Catholic caught COVID. So then that game got canceled. So then we were back to tonight. And then we were going to go tomorrow to Linden. Then, apparently, the game against Ridge, because it was not a COVID-related cancellation and it was a conference game, you couldn't cancel it. So then they had to play it.
Oh.
So then, because the NJSIAA had a conference call with the coaches 2 days ago, they added the ability for teams to have a second week where they played 4 games. So now, next week, Tuesday, there is Bridgewater. And by the way, within that 4-game week thing, there's a caveat. You can't play 3 days in a row.
That is a complex problem.
Yes. So there's home Bridgewater Tuesday, at Ridge Wednesday, which their technological folks have been super helpful and supportive. Then off day Thursday next week, because North Hunterdon was supposed to come to the Den Thursday.
Not happening?
Nope, they got COVID too.
Oh.
Yep, so that one is postponed.
Okay.
And then Friday, we're going to go to Linden. So, long story short, well, long story long, actually, that was pretty long. You have today, Lotta. You have Tuesday, Bridgewater. Wednesday, Ridge. Friday, Linden.
You promise?
No. No, I don't.
Yeah. All right, well, when they tell us the game is happening, we will go there, if they let us.
The amount of time we're probably going to spend talking about Top Chef over the next week between now and Linden is high.
I really wish he never told you that coaching
I know,
change happened.
yeah, that was bad.
I was going to make all the graphics and let you talk about Top Chef, and everybody's going to be so confused.
But here's the thing. As soon as Coach Grundy reminded me that Phil Colicchio is at Elizabeth, I was like, oh, yeah, duh. I remember that from a couple years ago. But, Phil Colicchio was just such a fixture at Linden for a long time that was where my brain went.
Right.
So when I found out we were playing Linden, I, was rousing Coach Grundy a little bit, and I was like, dude, I don't really ask you for many things. Can you just, tell Phil to shoot Brother Tom a text and be like, yo, my man wants to have, a couple of daddy sodas with you, maybe over the summertime when things get a little warmer, we can, maybe we can take our masks off and whatnot. But, yeah, Phil doesn't coach there anymore, so.
No.
But I don't really care. It's a close enough thing that it's on my to-do list of stuff.
Do you really think he was going to make that call, though?
No, it's certainly not.
I think he would tell you he tried.
No, he wouldn't even do that. He would tell me to go pound sand. But I'm more saying it because I just really want to have cocktails with Tom Colicchio. Doesn't he seem like the kind of guy you want to go out and have a beer with?
I mean, yeah, I want to try the food, but it's not like we'd ever be in a scenario where that's going to happen.
Well, I mean, the man owns a, boatload of restaurants. I'm sure we could
Listen, look at us. We don't go to those.
No, not at all. Not at all.
They look at us and be like, you don't have a jacket. You could borrow one, but we don't really want you to.
I just want to go to some outside little cafe patio thing, have some kind of beer that I don't even like, but I'm going to pretend I do because Tom Colicchio says I should have it and I should like it.
Oh, no. If I'm there, I'm calling him out. I'm going to tell him. No. This is what he likes. Prepare to be appalled.
Yeah.
Actually, he might say it's a genius move, and then everybody's going to hear about it.
Oh, can you imagine? That would be so great.
What a creative use.
Top Chef famous for my bland palate. I love Top Chef, man. I could watch Top Chef all day.
So I think we get it. We want to meet him. That's
That's pretty much
clear.
it. If
That's
anybody
clear.
else knows Tom Colicchio, I kind of want to hang out with him.
Now, all we got to do now is wait for that text where somebody listening is going to go, oh, yeah, I know him. No problem. I'm best friends. I cut his lawn.
Tom Colicchio and Matt Ryan while I'm making requests. Make that happen before the Falcons trade him away, would you?
Okay. All right. Then I'll get on that.
Appreciate that.
I know less people than you, so it's
I feel like it would be one of those things that, like,
your luck.
kills me. But that's how it's going to go down, I can tell you.
It'd be nice.
Just got a Montgomery 360 email. You still in charge of that?
Yeah.
Good job sending that email out.
I didn't, so that's actually amazing.
All questions can be directed at Matt Pogue.
Yeah.
mpogue at mtsd.us.
Yeah. I have a feeling might not be around forever though.
Hugely popular educational tool, Montgomery 360.
It might be fading, I think.
Was it ever in focus?
I was focusing, and autofocus never really kicked in, and then
I want to create something that somebody pays me a lot of money to use. Like, I just want to use that. I don't really want to, I don't want to buy it from you. I just want to, rent it.
like a building.
I don't know. I don't care what it is.
Oh,
That's
kind of broad.
You know, I feel like you still own something, and then somebody else is paying for it, and then they just stop paying you, and you still own it.
Yeah,
rent
they
it to
got
somebody
that.
else.
It's kind of like Uber, but you rent out your car. They got that.
Yeah, but there's problems with that.
There's so many problems with that.
I was thinking more like intellectual property.
Oh, you're on your own, man.
Like, I want somebody else to use the MIRE's YouTube feed and be like, we're gonna pay you a lot of money to use the YouTube feed.
Well, they need a reason to do that.
Your
first.
264 subscribers.
We got a small niche market we're really trying to target here. Mostly central New Jersey, semi-rural.
In the Skillman, New Jersey area.
Interested in boys basketball.
Right. A little bit of football.
We are cornering that market, though.
Can barely get Zorn Millich to watch Montgomery football. We might make our living this year.
The musings of two intellectuals who probably aren't intellectuals.
Yeah, that's like a huge stretch. I also hate doing this with these masks on because I feel like the audio quality is we're speaking into a cave.
Yeah, I mean, it might sound okay. I don't like hearing it in our ears. It's a little weird.
You get it with these headsets at least. You can I can totally tell in my own ears the filter through which I am speaking with this mask.
Right.
Closet case self-loather. Can't even hear my own voice.
It's a motivation tool.
For what?
I don't know. You say that, it's got to stick to something, right?
I don't know. This broadcast was dumb to begin with. It's getting dumber.
Well, we're almost at halftime. We're running out of material.
Thank God. Thank God it's almost halftime, not that we're running out of material. But we played 16 minutes, and we're right back where we started. We're tied. 27 apiece here in the Cougar Den. Take a little break for the half. We'll come back. Third quarter. Right after this, you're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. welcome back to the Mire. Keith Glock and Matt Pogue with you live from the Cougar Den. Pogue, pretty excited that this new soundboard seems to be actually working and fixing our problems.
I'm excited. Everything seems to be working. I say that, and now I'm afraid, but yeah.
So just to recap for the audience at home, I say that and one of my power cords popped out.
This is why we can't have nice things.
That's totally correct. Like literally, as we were talking about everything working, a cord fell out of the socket. We learned how to use the internet.
Yep.
We learned how to figure out where the internet says it's broadcasting some things to.
Right.
And then we didn't really learn that as it comes to YouTube. YouTube's hard.
YouTube is very difficult. And it's free, which baffles me that they can put so much complicated material and you can do it for free. Thanks, YouTube.
Kills me. Yeah, I was watching some videos today. Nobody seems to be able to like nobody's made a video answering the question of the problem that I have.
No.
And that annoys me because it's 2021 and there should be a YouTube video or a Google search that plainly outlines why my problem is either unsolvable or how to solve it.
Yes.
And I can't be that original.
No, somebody's already had the problem and dealt with it, but maybe they just didn't want to share with everyone else. Said, no, I am going to solve the problem and then charge other people to learn how to solve it.
Well, I can't even find that. I would pay to find out the answer to my problem.
Yeah, that's true. That was very frustrating.
And we won't even know if what we figured out actually works until we try to start streaming the JV game.
Yes. A lot of buildup.
Yeah.
A lot of buildup for possibly not working.
Almost like we need a countdown clock to failure.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I'm looking for right now.
We should probably start winding that with more time then. We always seem to have it going off right around tip-off.
Well, that was one of the videos I was watching before I left this afternoon was the benefits of using a countdown clock while you're setting life up.
Right.
So this actually looks like a very helpful YouTube channel, and I actually subscribe to it because I feel like if I just watch some videos, maybe we'll figure out some other cool stuff to do. And they sell transparent countdown timers where you can kind of see what's going on behind everything. So I don't know.
Is it actually daily activities? Or are they talking about broadcasting?
Broadcasting, when you they're gonna live stream some tutorial about something,
right?
And they go live 12 minutes beforehand and put a 12-minute timer up.
Oh.
So this way, there are people that get their live notifications have time to go on and log on, and then.
Yeah, I have seen that more now. Yeah.
Builds up some momentum for the chat, apparently.
Yeah, you build the anticipation, talk with other people. Yeah. We could do that. We used to have, actually. We had a game tip-off counter. I don't know what happened.
If only we had a producer that...
Yeah, I keep telling him to make it, and he keeps going, I'm going to get to it. It's excuses, But...
Prescott, but he'll drive. Scoop shot in the lane over Patterson. Bio's going to go to the hoop, and he'll throw it down with the right hand. Handle has another great back door, and a reverse. Oh! High off the glass from Curry. A highlight reel layup from the sophomore. You saw Curry throw Rubio into some space as he'll spin with the left hand. That's a nice move from the 6'9" junior. In the lane, Curry with a block, and he comes down with it.
How was that? And it was so appropriately placed right in the middle of the third quarter.
Yeah. So it's really building up anticipation for the second half of the third quarter.
7-0 run to start the quarter for Immaculata. Our man Brandon Fury is on the way over to the table, which is fantastico.
Yep.
There he is. Grab that headset right there, my man. Pogue, you want to unmute him there, too? That would be fantastic from a producer standpoint.
There you go. Producing.
How you doing there over there, Fury? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. First track practice of the year.
How'd that go?
That was okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pogue, you want to turn him up a little bit, maybe? We can hear him. That'd be all right?
No, it's probably me. I'm just probably not talking loud enough.
Oh, there you go. That was better.
yeah, I think that fixed it.
Yeah.
What are you doing? If you're throwing a shot? Is that?
Yeah. So today we just did basic stuff.
I mean, yeah, because I know what that is when I, because
Yeah, so-
shot put practice.
Yeah, just finish some power throws, which would be like free throws or like, just working the arc of a shot like that.
Okay. See, that was a good analogy. Good job out of you.
Yeah.
Is that what it feels like for you? It's like shooting a free throw? Is that light? That must be nice. That must
Have
be
you
real
seen?
nice.
He's a monster.
Yeah, I want to have that strength for a day. That'd be fun.
Good job, Fury, with the Muck and Mire podcast, episode 1.
Oh, thank you. Everyone can go find it on Apple Music, Spotify, Google, or even the YouTube right where you're watching this.
Absolutely.
Nice take there.
There's our roster in front of you, too, if you want one.
Where's
Right side there, buddy. There you go.
this one?
Yeah.
Is this them?
No, this one. This is the Immaculata is written on the bottom, and Montgomery's up top.
Big
Immaculata
three
shooting the
there.
crack out of the ball this quarter.
Ooh, yeah. There's a nice take there from Aguilar. Gonna draw 2.
The commentary from us thus far, Fury, in this game has been just like, I mean, if to say it's insightful, it just isn't doing us justice.
Am I color right now?
No, I had said no.
Oh, no.
There's
hold on.
no way he's gonna know. There's no way he's gonna know.
Do you know what Mystery Science Theater is?
I do not.
All
no.
right, see, there you go.
Oh my God.
There you go. That proves my point that, I don't know if anybody knows what that is.
Yeah, no. Does not ring a
There-
bell.
Oh my goodness, you guys kill me.
It's actually very popular. I
There-
just
there's
I
no-
have no idea what it is.
Wayne Robinson, you know what Mystery Science Theater 3000 is, correct? Really?
See,
He says nope as well.
is
That's
it even a
unbelievable.
real show? Is it even real?
Is it even? What is wrong with all of you?
Is it a show? I didn't know it was a show.
I think it's trading cards or something.
See, now he's just messing. He's just messing with me now. See, Wayne's just trying to get on my bad side. Wayne knows what it is. I'll explain it again, Fury, just so you know what it is. It's like on Comedy Central. It's like a bunch of cartoons, like cartoon characters, go in and sit in a movie theater, and then they provide commentary over top of a real movie. Like they watch the actual movie and just make fun of the movie the whole time.
Okay.
So
I get it.
I said rather than this be like a more traditional basketball broadcast, that maybe we model this one in the Mystery Science Theater 3000 realm.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a little fun. God forbid we have any fun in the 2020, 2021. None of these people,
I didn't know.
they're
what it
too
was.
young.
I don't know.
Pogue didn't know either.
I don't know what it was.
No.
I don't know. I've never seen it. It sounds interesting, I guess.
Nope.
So I'm assuming there's no science. That was my first guess, though.
No,
There's
absolutely
no
not.
science.
Zero
Well,
science.
that's what throws it off. They
It's also not a mystery either. So
Again, throwing it off.
Nope, and it's not a stage production, so there's no theater. So it makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. I can decode that one.
But I think the cartoon character was like an alien from the future, if I'm recalling correctly.
Alien from the future. Oh,
Yeah. There's a little baseline J.
There's Fata up top. Good cross there. So 45-35. Cougs just brought it to 10. Another 3 there. And it's good from Bryson.
What's my man 22's name on Immaculata?
I don't know how to pronounce that one.
Let me see. I'm the one that wrote it down. I wrote it down.
No,
quick,
I'm
so.
not blaming the handwriting. I'm just not sure where to dive in.
Oh, Chigozie and Yora.
There you go. Okay.
Chigozie and Yora?
Yeah, so he came. Pogue and I had a fun conversation with him at halftime because he came over and he said, "Oh, where are you guys broadcasting this?" So I gave him the web address, and Pogue said he had a really nice Euro step in the first quarter, and they called a travel on it, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I don't know how that was travel." So we just looked at him. We're like, "Well, we got the answer for you, like, because it wasn't."
Yeah, no.
Not at all. It was just a nice move.
3 on the way, just short.
That's really been the story of this third quarter, as Immaculata's kind of shot the lights out of the ball. And
there it is again, just a little long there. Good rebound inside.
to get back to what we were talking about before with, the revised schedule, you really got to hand it to Coach Grundy. Holes in the schedule are not made for cupcake opponents, in his opinion.
Yeah.
As it were, between trying to pick up Trenton Catholic and ultimately landing with on Linden,
Yeah, strength of schedule actually increased as the season went on. That's a rare thing.
That's just good way by Coach Grundy to bring in the best competition. It's what everyone wants to see, especially in a year like this, no playoffs. See what you can do against the best.
That's
nice pass there. Oh, and another block from
and Yora. I'll keep that one in the back pocket every time you need to go there.
You're gonna tell when too, because if I try and say it or he tries, there's gonna be a little pause and you'll be like,
right.
"Oh, I know what you're doing."
That's been one of the cool things for me about being around this program as long as I have, is seeing the evolution of like who they can be competitive with,
Yeah.
And
sure.
like in those early days, so I got the Wayback Machine from last night. I'm wearing my Montgomery Cougar basketball 07-08 T-shirt today because I was cleaning out a drawer yesterday and came across it and figured I'd wear it to school today. And I don't think it was the 07-08 year. I think it was 08-09. And that team struggled, and I didn't know back then what we were going to, become or how connected to this program I was going to become. But to just see the juxtaposition of that and this is pretty fun. So anyway, we're through 3. Montgomery down by 14. We'll be back final 8 minutes of the freshman game right after this. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to Montgomery. Keith Glock, Brandon Fury, and Matt Pogue with you. I feel like Fozzie needs a fat head. Although I don't really want to spend, $50 on getting my dog a fat head.
It would look good. It would look good.
I think it would confuse the crap out of him when the season was over and I brought it home.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. He's like, no, I'm the only dog in this household.
So he loves the snow. Like I couldn't get him in from the snow. And if you have a doodle, it's like kind of a pain in the butt to get the snow off of him. Although I did learn a new trick that you just use a whisk to get the snow off of them, and it's fantastic. But that's neither here nor there. This is how low I stooped. I went on YouTube and YouTubed angry dogs barking on YouTube and then played them on full volume on my iPad so the dog would think there were other dogs in my house and he would come back inside.
Claim the territory.
Well, I was just, it was late and I wanted to go to sleep. And my man is like face planting into the snow because he loves the snow.
That's a good move. Except he's going to look for the dogs forever.
Well, that's good. Now, at least if I need him to come inside, at least I know something works.
Another 3 on the way and 1.
That's the third banked three-pointer for Immaculata.
Maybe they work on it. They might work on that.
Bank is open. Seems like Chris Grundy's just in the James Avalone school of MIRE commentary at the moment.
What do we got?
I don't know. People loving the MIRE.
I mean, listen, like, we are who they thought they were, you know? It's just, you know what you were getting, some quality analysis, some humor that sometimes is funny.
You know what else we got? We got some, like, major engagement from, and this is, like, legitimate engagement, with Sarah Samad and Brett McConnell. And I actually didn't even ask was she still going by Samad or was she hyphenating her last name now that they are married or what was going on. But Sarah was the trainer for the guys over the summer. And we're trying to get her involved with Brandon and a couple of the guys that are working out with him. And like up on her Facebook, her business Facebook, I was like, man, I got like a whole mess of notifications that I was like mentioned in posts and all these things. And I'm like, oh, so this is what happens when you're actually trying to grow a business and you're not just doing something for giggles. You know, it was interesting to watch, but I mean, you know, what they did over the summer and the you know, just the work that they put in a, and I hate using this term, but I mean, it applies certainly in a COVID year, you know, where the ability to just get
Adapt.
together,
Yeah.
you know, was limited to say the least. The amount of time that those guys put in, whether it was those 6 a.m.s, you know, which that's not atypical at all. That's very typical of, you know, what a Montgomery basketball summer looks like. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Nobody can tangibly grab on to 6 a.m. in the summer. You know, you have a really good first couple of basketball games in the varsity season, and you go like, oh, well, you got good players. Like, oh, yeah, that could have been a good early performance for a number of different reasons, you know? Like, there's no way to really quantify that one thing led to the other. But when you just look at human beings who look completely different from a physical standpoint because of the hard work that they put in, that's such a tangible way to grab onto that, you know? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I was loving it. I was loving that, you know, we were able to come out of that summer with some kind of tangible result, and you know, I mean, it's certainly, I guess, one of those things. You know, I mean, like, there's probably a bunch of stuff that came out of that.
Right.
I thought you asked a great question of Curry the other day. You know, was there in some way those hard practices outside beneficial because of the extra strain? I thought that was a pretty insightful thing.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, the way he puts it, too, being used to being in an air-conditioned gym versus the sun beating down on you on pavement, it's different.
Yeah, no doubt.
.402 to go. 16-point game here in the fourth. Second free throw, no good. Good screen there and drive, and just off. And a block there underneath. And now we got an injury. So we'll take a break. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Back here on the mire, first and fourth quarter action. 3:40 to go. Here's Donahue carrying it over. Nice move on the inside. Layup is good.
It's a nice take there by Mr. Donahue. Kid's got a fantastic guidance counselor.
What's that last name? Yeah, you know.
Mr. Pogue.
There you go. There
Yeah,
was your
that's
opening. We were waiting for that one.
How's that counselor letter of recommendation coming, Fury?
Ooh, too soon. You gotta wait until you get the letter. You gotta wait.
Yeah, you're right. Another baseline J there, just short, but he finds his own rebound. For another corner three. This time no good. Ball out of bounds, gonna stay here. So number 4, Sri Balaji checks in with 2:50 to go. Good defense here from the Cougs on the perimeter. Loose ball tracked down. More good defense on the perimeter. Close to a 5 there. Another 3 on the way. No good. Tracked down by Donahue. Donahue dump off. Couldn't track it down. So now it's Immaculata the other way. And it taken away. And now up ahead. Tip ball. Finally gets to Donahue. Left hand and he's good.
It's a nice job by Mr. Donahue. He's had a nice last couple of minutes here for the Cougs.
The lead still sits at 12. This time is taken away. Perimeter defense really picking up here. As they get inside and just off. Donahue another rebound.
One-man wrecking crew. You figure if I'm him coming down, just pull from right there.
Instead another dish inside, but he's gonna draw a foul. And he got him on the way up, so he'll shoot 2.
So everybody knows what they can expect content-wise. We will, as soon as this one is over, we will sign out of this stream, and this broadcast in full will immediately become available in your boys basketball 21 playlist on MIREradio.com. And then we'll be back a couple of minutes later with the junior varsity ball game. And then we'll kind of repeat the process as we go through the evening here in Montgomery. And when the JV is over, again, we'll bring you a fresh new stream JV game available in the playlist in full, and then we'll have the varsity pregame and tip-off as the Cougars look to remain undefeated on the season.
3-0 sounds nice.
That it does.
Long inbound pass, just saved. Donahue looking to make something happen here in the last minute. The drive inside, but an offensive rebound.
We always joke at the end of games that are a little bit out of reach. We're like, I don't think he's got an 11-pointer in the arsenal anywhere, unfortunately. But I never begrudge coaches for coaching their rear ends off right to the end of the game. I mean, you know, that's the difference between a coach that your team ends up loving versus the ones that they're like, kind of take or leave that guy.
No doubt. Donahue gets an offensive there. So Immaculata will take it up slowly and look to sit on their 11-point lead. For the offensive.
But an Immaculata victory, 57-46. So, Mr. Fury, thanks for getting in here for the conclusion of this one. We'll come back. Maybe we'll class it up a little bit for the JV contest in just a couple of minutes. And it's a day of basketball here in the Cougar Den, Montgomery against Immaculata. The JV coming up in just a couple of minutes. You are caught in the mire. This is the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience.